Hey everybody, this is Lazily Alien here. I just want to thank you guys for joining me today. We're going to be playing a little bit of modded Terraria, but before we get into it, I just want to explain briefly who I am. I'm just an idiot living in Texas who thinks I'm a little funny, and you know, I think it might be a little fun to share some video games with you guys. Throw them out there on the internet for you know, all those strangers who don't know me. So to get into it, right, the mods we're going to be playing with, a couple of, you know, housekeeping, enjoy life mods, right? Alchemist NPC, recipe browser. So basically the main thing we're going for here is Fargo soul mod, Calamity, and then also Thorium. And then the glue that holds it all together is this one right here, Fargo's soul mod DLC. So eventually it's a conglomeration mod, right? And it's going to mesh all the mods together, right? Meaning lots of crafting, lots of real big, intricate things we're gonna have to build and do. But enough of that. Let's get to it. Alrighty, and here we are. Brand new world here. That's probably as bad as it gets for the start of a new world here. Let's see if we can hide in this tree really quick. I've never had that happen. So that's that's pretty unfortunate right there. So essentially, just to get into it quickly, we will be playing with Revengeance mode on, and then as soon as I can get back to that statue over there, we will also be turning on Eternity mode, which will have some adverse effects for us later down the road, but you know, I think that's something that we can deal with in due time. Now let's oh, so because we are playing with Eternity mod on, they do give us or I should say Fargo soul mod, they do give us the little starter bag, so we'll take advantage of the little extra mana. And then we'll get this little pitiful squirrel going. See if he can be our savior. I have never had this kind of start before in my life. We are playing on expert mode, right? It is going to be a small world. So I found with the normal 32-bit version of T-Mod Loader that, you know, it gets real RAM hungry really quick when we got multiple large mods going like we currently do. So we're gonna go ahead and receive our gifts really quick. So Lori, it's NPC from the Fargo soul mod, not as big as Calamity or Thorium, but you know, it's you know, if you have played it on Eternity mode, then you'll recognize it. If not, this might be a new mod for some people. I will go ahead and try at least to remember to add the list in the comments afterwards. That way, you know, if you guys want to try out this combination for yourselves, you know, you'll be able to. But with that out of the way, let's see what's on a little bit more hospitable side of the map here. You know, but I'm definitely newer to the YouTube space. You know, I've never really had to edit videos before. You know, I never had to worry about sound quality or anything like that. So, you know, if you guys have any suggestions, any recommendations, anything like that, you know, please leave it in the comments. You know, part of this YouTube journey is, you know, just growing in things that I've never thought about before, you know. So any feedback in those areas is, you know, definitely gonna be really helpful. And looking forward to that. All right. What a strange little world we found ourselves in. Oh, and we have a desert here. Great. So part of Eternity mode, which is definitely a thing that caught me off guard. The first time, you know, I started a smaller playthrough with it was taking damage from cactuses. Really, really aggravating real quickly, as you could probably surmise. But, you know, we're gonna be just fine. Let's see. We will actually humbly accept all of that and see how this vulture likes our flute playing. Also, too, you know, if you think this is something that you might want to watch, you know, definitely, you know, drop a like, let me know. You know, as I've watched lots of YouTube videos myself, I know that that stuff's going to be pretty important down the line. But in addition to that, you know, it's a large mod pack. You know, there's lots of different things to do and try. There's definitely a lot of things that I've never done before in the mod pack. So, you know, by all means, you know, if there's something that you would like to see, or, you know, some classes or something like that that, you know, you've heard about and you don't really know how, you know, if that's something you want to play, let me know. I'll play them, see how bad they are, and then we can go from there. And I'd just like to point out that I've definitely already used all the torches they gave me. So we will have to go from there. And oh, ice biome down here. Is that a not connected to anything? Alrighty. But how are you guys? What's going on? Have you you know, enjoyed our pandemic so far? The apocalypse, as you know, it seems to some people, you know. We'll take it. We will take it all, except we're gonna put that back because we don't really have a use for that at the moment. Should that just be home base at the moment? No, we're not gonna build a house there. Let's see here. Alrighty. I think we're gonna build a couple houses really quick, and we'll get this game going. Alrighty, a short transition later, and we have a couple of houses in the tree. I'm gonna call them tree houses. Feels very original on my part. And then we even found gold squirrel in the meantime. So, you know, moving up in the world. So back to one of the things we were getting into earlier. Let me get up off the ground for that. So revengeance mode, I'm gonna leave this here for a second if you want to pause the video and read through it. Essentially, you know, it gives you a couple of things up at the top: rage and adrenaline. Certain enemies drop more money. Certain enemies cause way more damage. It changes the boss fights just a little bit. Particularly, what revengeance mode does is it's going to boost obviously the Calamity mod bosses, but it's also going to, as it says down at the bottom, change the AIs in vanilla. It's also going to make the vanilla bosses harder in that aspect also. And then also turning on, so Mutant's Gift turns on Eternity mode, which if your word is not already in expert mode, it's going to put it in that. Changes all vanilla and Souls mod bosses AI and many of the enemies AIs as well. So it kind of conflicts with the revengeance mode when it comes down to it. I played up until Plantera on my own, just playing through it, seeing how, you know, feasible and possible it is. And so unfortunately what it will do is cause the vanilla bosses, because it also buffs their health as well, to be overwhelmingly difficult and completely breaks normal progression, you know? And funny enough, with Thorium bosses, like the first one we have on the list, the Grand Thunderbird, completely does not touch either of those between Revengeance mode and Eternity mode. So basically what's going to happen is as we play through, all our Thorium mod bosses are going to be decently easy, like a breath of fresh air. And then our vanilla bosses are going to be like stubbing your toe, like your pinky toe at midnight on your way to get a glass of water. Really unfortunate, really bad. And then our Calamity bosses are going to be mildly difficult. And we actually don't have Eternity bosses until a little bit further down the line, so we don't have to worry about them just yet. But, you know, they will be fairly difficult. And with that said, I think it's time to get going on some stuff here. So I don't particularly know what kind of class or, you know, playthrough we're gonna go for. I'm just gonna make this Livingwood stuff. You know, boost our minions just a little bit. And then also the set bonus increases max minions by 1. Your Livingwood saplings attacks will home in on enemies. Which I guess there is a thing we're missing out on. Just so you know, this one right here is magical storage, and then this is the recipe crafting guide. On star 10 living wood leaves. All right, well we can I think we can scrounge that stuff up, and then also grab another squirrel boy. But honestly, it's gonna be a fun playthrough. We have lots of stuff to do, lots of stuff on the docket. And speaking of it, our first to do is the Grand Thunderbird. So let's get to it. Alrighty, everybody. So we got the materials we need to get this thing going. To be honest with you, I have no clue about our weapons or how we'll do. Honestly, I can't remember what I had the last time I fought it. But I feel like it's easy enough. And then so we're gonna bust out the enchanted staff, our flute, so we can twinkle twinkle little star it to death, and then copper bow when we run out of mana and whatnot. And then luckily we do have a little bit of buff potions going on, so it might not be too bad. Alrighty, and without further ado, let's see how this thing goes. Horrible range, actually. I was not anticipating that. Ooh. Actually, I do recall the last time I fought this boss, I had a kind of, I don't know, it was just a very fast, like, claw hand, and it made pretty short work of our buddy the Thunderbird. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. it charges by not taking damage during boss fights. And then the rage meter just feels by taking damage and doing damage over time. And it is independent of whether or not a boss fight is going on. And basically you just get, it ups your defense, it ups your damage. And look at that, what a way to end our first boss fight. Not only in the video, in the series, but on the channel. So naturally, what do we get is utter garbage. But that's gonna do it for this. I'm gonna try and slap this together. I'll probably post it on a couple places, you know, but it's a start. And I just want some feedback, guys. Let me know. What do you think? More cuts, less cuts? You know, give me your opinions. And that'll do it. I'd appreciate if you drop a like, subscribe for the journey. And it's been fun, guys.